Throughout the entirety of the 22 years I have been in this world, my person has been molded into what others want me to be. I was shaped by the reprimanding of my parents, by the policies enforced in school, by the interpreted words of a pastor, by the women on social media and advertising campaigns. Someone once told me that the best thing to ever happen to me was when I moved out of my parents' house. I was no longer under the implied pressure to be the perfect daughter. I didn't exactly take my newfound freedom and run with it. I slowly experienced the adult world and exercised those practices with caution, still weary of disappointing the people around me. Little did I know how heavy those perceptions of my character were. My time and energy would subconsciously be devoted to pleasing my peers and loved ones. I have always been taught that perception is reality, and I should be careful about how I present myself due to the perceived notions that I could be someone corrupt, immoral, fraudulent. I was taught that my physical exterior and apparent behavior must always reflect my inner being, otherwise I should be open for judgment and persecution. Without fully realizing it, I transformed myself into a woman who is comfortable with being different. I have become secure and content with being labeled as the odd one out, the black sheep, the one who didn't belong. I like showing people that I don't live up to the standards they force upon me. I see that if I take pride in myself, my actions, my appearance, my morals, then the opinions of others are insignificant. If I feel strong with the likes of God and with the likes of my mental well-being, then the pressures of love, family, and society are insignificant. We comprehend the word outstanding as one who stands above the rest, and we give it a positive connotation. So I long to embrace that. I take pride in being a walking contradiction. Kavita Ramdas, senior advisor to the Ford Foundation's president, said, "We need women who are so strong they can be gentle, so educated they can be compassionate, and so passionate they can be rational, and so disciplined they can be free." My whole being has become obsessed with proving people wrong. I wear dark and neutral colors, I have multiple piercings and tattoos, I only own jeans that have tears in the material. Unfortunately, many associate these physical qualities with someone who is corrupt, immoral, fraudulent. Despite my crooked appearance, I'm an intellectual. I can debate and discuss uncomfortable, heavy, and/or controversial topics. I delve deeper into the structure of moving pictures and literature because that's where my passions lie. Any chance I get, I find joy in picking the brain of my superiors in order to learn more about the adult human psyche. I take pleasure in listening to the experiences of others and sharing my experiences in return. Learning and expanding the capacity of my brain is what I live for. Why should my behavior in a social environment hinder my ability to learn in a classroom? Why should the clothes on my body hinder the knowledge in my brain? Why should the definition of confidence be an insult to the people around me? The answer is, it shouldn't. People can view me how they please, but like what was previously mentioned, if I feel strong with the likes of God and with the likes of my mental well-being, then the pressures of love, family, and society are insignificant. I truly thought I believed this. I have experienced little consequence while immersed in the blissfulness of being my true self. The only possible downfall would be facing the disappointment of those whose expectations I did not meet. But I simply did not care enough to be affected by that. Regardless of the newfound respect for my development in self-confidence, I am being pummeled and downgraded and shamed for challenging new experiences. I would usually shake my head or point my finger at those who had the intent to bring me down. But their efforts have become too severe for me to disregard. I now find myself doubting my internal enthusiasm for pursuing new things. I now find myself soaking in every insult rained upon me. I now find myself second-guessing how confident I was with myself in the first place. I now find myself hating the one person who I have non-stop built up and nurtured over the past few years. I now find myself resenting myself. Should I continue to constantly do what would make me happy? Or should I consider how it would make others feel around me regardless of their insignificance? The phrase perception is reality is in the form of a voice that has been ringing and bouncing off the walls in my brain. I have created an upstanding reputation for myself within my environment. Never has it occurred to me that I could be risking that reputation, and I still do not believe that what I am doing could possibly risk it. However, now I am teetering on the line of forget what they say, and I need to make them happy to avoid the judgment. And I see no middle ground. I don't know which way to fall. I desire to be unapologetically myself and show others that I can still succeed in my own skin and on my own path. But the society that is the human race has established this so heavily. My shoulders are growing weak from the angel and the demon at war. I don't know who I want to be. I just know that I want to be fully happy with myself.